This is my mama's makeup and crochet channel.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome! Today's video is another one of the series that I'm doing where I do eye makeups inspired by yarn cake. So I'm a crocheter, so of course I hoard yarns. I have a lot of gradient yarns like this in my stash. They're beautiful, so colorful. So I had this idea that I would just base my eye makeup look on the colors of my yarn cakes like this. This is, by the way, called Crystal Fairy right there from Ashley's Crochet. This is from a local yarn maker here in the Philippines, and this is just one of the many colorful gradient yarns that I have in my yarn storage. I actually have a video showing my yarn storage. I will post the link below if you're interested to see that one. Anyway, for this eye makeup look, this is my inspiration, of course. So the inner part here as well on my inner corner, is this called teal? I'm not sure, but that one, and then it transitioned into this blue right there, and the purple part, and this vibrant pink here on my outer. So that's it. If you're interested to see how this is done, please keep on watching. Let's start. I'm done with my moisturizer. I used this Charlotte Tilbury Charlotte's Magic Cream. This is just this small sachet right here. I got this as a sample from Cult Beauty. And let's move on now to our primer. I will be using this the POREfessional Pore Primer from Benefit here. So just dot. Okay, I'm just gonna use my fingers to spread this primer all over. It's time for our foundation. I also got this Nars Sheer Glow Foundation sample from Cult Beauty, and I have used this in one of my previous videos. I don't remember which one, and I kind of like it, so I bought myself a full size one. So this is the same shade I used before from the sample. It's Santa Fe Medium 2. So I'm just using this Real Techniques sponge. This is a damp sponge. It's a bit light for me right now, but it will darken later because all foundations oxidize on me anyway. For the concealer, I will be using this L'Oreal Infallible in Natural Rose. Oh, sorry, it's still sealed. Okay, sorry. It's cold. I will blend it also with this Real Techniques sponge, the one I used for the foundation. I'm just gonna set it with this setting powder, L'Oreal Perfecting Loose Powder. So I'm done with my base. I will now move on to the eyebrows. There I will be using Maybelline Define and Blend Brow Pencil in Natural Brown. I will just outline my eyebrows like so. Yan. My semi-permanent microblading and powder ombre effect is now faded, so I really have to fill it properly. Then I will just brush it with this spoolie. So that's it for my eyebrows. I will now put some eyeshadow base, and I will be using this L'Oreal again, this concealer. Nice. And I will just blend it with this sponge again. Let's move on to our eyeshadow. I will be using these two palettes right here, both from Morphe. This one is the James Charles palette, and the other one is Jacklyn Hill. I usually start with my transition color right here below my brow bone, but right now I want to start with the lower eyelid. So for the inner part, I will be using this shade here from Jacklyn Hill. It's called Pool Party, right there. To intensify the color and the shimmer of that shade, I will be using this Glow and Tone from Fresh Skin Lab. It's the Face and Body Mist All Day Makeup Setter. Okay, I will just spray this brush again. You're a monster. Again, my daughter is right here with me in the room. If you're hearing some background noises, that would be her. But she's actually behaved right now. She's just playing with her iPad. Okay, I think I got too much of this on the other eye. Anyway, let's just blend it out with the second shade later. And using a different brush for this other shade. By the way, I used this shading brush from Real Techniques. Let's see, do I have another one? So I'm using this shading brush as well from Eco Tools. Okay, and for this part right here, I will be using this shade Twerk, also from the Jacklyn Hill palette. And I also sprayed this brush with that setting spray. This is what I don't like when doing this half colors, because sometimes they're not really symmetrical. Okay, I'm having some creasing under my eye, but let's fix that later. And from the James Charles palette, I will be using this pink right here. This is called Skip. Okay, so just on the crease and slightly touching the edge of the first two colors that we applied earlier. I'm using, by the way, this brush from Morphe. It's M321. For the outer V, I will be using this shade right here from the James Charles palette. It's called Escape. Okay, I'm just gonna intensify this part right here. So I'm just blending it in and then out. So I'm just diffusing the harsh lines right there. I'm using this pinkity drinkity shade from the James Charles palette. Right there. What?
Pinkity drinkity shade.
Yes, that's the name of the shade. This pink one right here. Okay, so I will be using again this Escape shade here at the bottom lash part. So I'm connecting it with my outer V right there, since we use the same shade. I'm using this smudge brush from Eco Tools. For this inner part, I will just use this shade again, Pool Party from the Jacklyn Hill palette. I will be using this angled brush from Eco Tools. So right there, I'm just putting it here as well on my tear duct and connecting it here to the shade Escape. So I'm just gonna highlight my brow bones with this shade right here. It's called Beam. Okay, from the Jacklyn Hill palette. Here to highlight that part. I also think I'll use that here in my tear duct. Okay, just to add some shimmer. So that's it for our eyeshadow. I will just clean up the surrounding area and then put some eyeliner and falsies, and then I will be back. So I'm done with my falsies and my eyeliner. I actually had a hard time putting on this lashes. It's from Ardell. It's called Adore Lashes. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. So anyway, let's move on to our contour, I will be using this palette from Sephora. It's the Vivid Earth Orange Ground. There. So, for the contour, I will use this shade right there, Land. And for the blush, I will use Dusk, this one. And for the highlight, I will use Warmth. Okay, that's it. One palette for all of those. I will start with contour under my cheekbone, right here on the side. Okay, and on the forehead as well. And so for my blush, my cheekbone up to the hairline right there. Then I will put some highlighter right here. For my nose contour, I will just use this Eco Tools brush. This is actually a foundation brush, but I like using it right here because of its shape. I'm using the same shade that I use for my contour right here. Okay, Land from Sephora palette. I'm just going to highlight my nose and my Cupid's bow. Okay, so I'm just lining my lips. For my lipstick, I'm using this Velvet Teddy from MAC. This is the shade right there. We're almost at the finish line. I'm just going to use setting powder all over my face. I'm using this L'Oreal again, loose powder in translucent. And for the final touch, I'm using this Sephora Beauty Amplifier Set and Refresh Spray. So I guess I'm done. I'm just going to see if there's something I can do with my hair. It's so messy right now. And then I will be back. And here's our final look. It turns out there's nothing much I can do with my hair. It's actually still damp because I just took a shower right before doing my makeup. And it's not totally dry yet. Anyway, once again, this eye makeup look is inspired by this yarn cake right here. So pretty. It's giving you that unicorn and mermaid vibes. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on the bell button to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you again, and that's it for now. See you soon. Bye!